Hi everyone, welcome to today's short altcoin Bible. If you want to watch the premium session where I go into the market, I go into flows, ETFs, what it actually looks like under the hood, and the bear market low. Where is that? When is it coming? If you're interested in watching that session, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. Also want to bring your attention to this. I'm going to share some alpha with you. So recently I had a phenomenal interview with Checkmate. He's a regular guest with us. We get on amazing with the fella. Such a good dude. If you'd like to watch the full session, you can register to become an attendee in the webinar, or you can just go to YouTube right here and pick that up. Now, if you don't mind doing me a huge favor, coming to our YouTube page, subscribe, also click the bell icon so you can get any latest content that pops up, because sometimes we put things in here that doesn't appear anywhere else. All right, let's get into today's session. So Dash is my danger zone. It looks rubbish after a couple of massive pumps, so longer term thinking here. It's had the close right through the 200-day moving average, and I'll zoom in here so you can see this big red bold candle right through the 200. Wick, big close. That's bad on a daily. Plus, it's flirting with a breakdown of this upsloping trend line. So very similar to Litecoin, which I highlighted last week. This is not a place where you want to be buying Dash. You want to be waiting for Dash to form some kind of low, some kind of reversal, which looks actually semi-decent. And here as well, the RSI is just hanging. So it could be trying to form some kind of low like it's done previously, but because it's hanging, because of this price action, it looks like the RSI wants to go lower. So that's all lining up for me to potentially come down to this next volume support here at $30, which would be a really massive move for Dash. So that big pump up and leverage is just unwinding here. So that's my danger zone for today. In my premium session, I had as my one to watch Solana and XRP. But I wanted to choose one for this session, and they both look terrible. Solana, though, looks worse. Now, like XRP, Solana has this giant structure. You can see here, big move up from 2023, massive head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakdown at the yellow line there. It is now falling. It is in actual free fall. It's water falling. And I think we are coming to the point where we're going to see some kind of conclusion to this, a really epic fall here for Solana down at 80, 81, something like that, down to this pocket down here. And after that, it gets a little bit hairy. You know, you can get down to 50, you can get down to 60, it could get cut in half. But I think that presents a phenomenal buy opportunity for longer term investors. However, I would be waiting for the market to find some kind of floor, some kind of bottom. And with Bitcoin unstable, it can go anywhere. The RSI on the daily is poking into oversold, but that doesn't mean anything. It just means it might be closer to the end of this move than the beginning, but price action can overextend while momentum begins to form some kind of divergence and climb out. So just be aware of that. It's not a silver bullet. Solana too, if I look on the real basic time frame, didn't like this close at all. So if you just see here, this big move down, big wick, close above, wick, big daily candle. That's an engulfing candle, this big red one here. It's bigger than the last two, and this looks like continuation for the market. So I'd be very surprised if she doesn't come down to at least 90 and maybe 80. So that's my immediate outlook on Solana. Wouldn't be getting interested until 70 or 50. Cherry Ripe, I'm going to give you two today. Hyperliquid is my altcoin choice as such, and PAXG will be my main choice. Wanted to provide an altcoin for you. Now, Hyperliquid has had a pretty decent run over the last 2 weeks, but what it's finding right now, it's running into some pretty heady overhead resistance. Formed this nice breakout here, higher high, higher low, higher high, but it's run straight to the 200. It's running into this overhead resistance, but it has formed this nice staircase up. So that's part of the plan. If hype wants to break out here, it wants to have a little bit of a pullback to this kind of level here, find some equilibrium in this midpoint, and then it will flip these higher levels, get above the 200 and go from there. So this is a cherry ripe, but you have to be looking at the breakout levels and what it needs to do to actually perform much higher. Right now it's positive, but it won't be if it loses this level here. So structural support through this region, you see just where all these candles are just sitting on this nice level at 30. So nice even number. If we even flirt with the 30 level, hype is not interesting at all. And it could be a big fake out where it's coming back down to retest this kind of volume support. But number one, we have to get above that 200-day moving average on a daily, weekly close. But ultimately, the level, you can just wait until 40 gets breached. Have your alert there and go from there. Because once it does get breached, you know that things in a pretty big uptrending state. Right now, there's one of the better looking charts out there, but this can also be a bit of a fake out before rolling lower. So we want confirmation of those levels. Now, PAX Gold is my cherry ripe because it has been so strong against Bitcoin, and it's actually running. It still is running. Looks pretty good against USD still, while Bitcoin looks weak. It's breaking out versus Bitcoin here at this higher level. It hasn't closed above it yet, but it's looking pretty strong. It's strong against USD as well. So if it's strong against Bitcoin, strong against USD, and those two are outperforming everything in crypto, this is the place to be. It's cheating a little bit because it is tokenized. It's a metal, but it is a tokenized metal, so it is technically a crypto. This is a place where you want to be still focused. It has been phenomenally strong, and avoiding it, at your detriment, you're just having a longer term focus, that's fine. But if you want to try and outperform Bitcoin in the short term to medium term, then gold's the place to be. It's popped over 5,000 again. This looks quite strong, like it wants to run again to new highs, which is incredible for gold. So cherry ripe, where would you be looking to buy? Well, I think it just needs to prove itself above this 20 and the 10. Looks like it's squeezing through. So this is a pretty good spot to get involved. Dip buyers got really lucky down here at 4,600. But ultimately, the next port of call is probably 5.5 after that. And watching the Bitcoin ratio as well. If this closes here on a daily above this yellow level, which I've just got marked in my chart, is a pretty consequential level for Bitcoin gold ratio. If it closes above there again, then gold's on an absolute moon mission against Bitcoin. This could easily run back to the highs before Bitcoin takes over, or form maybe a higher low somewhere in here, or even here. We just don't know. So it is my cherry ripe today. Watch for Bitcoin to close beneath 74, and if it does, then we're going to 68 and lower. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Catch you again soon. Bye.